The moment a newborn inhales for the first time, the room is charged with more than family excitement. Temperature, daylight angle, scents in the air, the collective mood of that season, all register in the infant's still-forming nervous system. A birth carries the stamp of its exact hour, down to the symbolic patterns active in the culture and the sky. Winter light enters the retina and teaches introspection before language exists. Summer heat quickens heartbeat and codes the body for outward motion. Months are not empty blocks on a planner. Each one is a pocket of energy filled with rituals, foods, and collective stories that have circulated for centuries. Being born into a specific pocket links a person to that flow as surely as a seed absorbs the minerals of its soil. Modern chronobiology supports this idea. Babies delivered in long day seasons show different melatonin cycles than those born under short days, a rhythm that shadows mood and sleep patterns decades later. Long before a child chooses anything, the calendar has whispered a first lesson about pace, focus, and appetite for risk. Time is an archetypal landscape, waves of shared symbols rolling through the human psyche. Spring festivals celebrate rebirth, autumn rites honor letting go. These shared images form what he called the collective unconscious, and the month in which a person arrives is saturated with those images. Temperature, daylight, and cultural rituals weave an emotional climate that greets every infant. A January birth in the Southern Hemisphere lands during peak sunlight, carnival drums, and planning for new cycles. A June birth enters quiet evenings, long shadows, and stories told indoors. The seasons press subtle instructions into the newborn senses: expand now, store energy, notice endings, or push toward beginnings. Studies in developmental psychology observe that children born during high-activity cultural months walk and talk slightly earlier, while winter births show stronger reflective play. The outer cycle becomes a template for the inner one, shaping which archetypal themes, warrior, healer, sage, explorer, surface most easily as the child grows. Understanding these symbolic climates is less about creating labels and more about reading the first chapter of a story already in motion, a story that can be edited once it is seen clearly. The year breathes in four broad movements, each one shaping every living system on the planet. Summer extends daylight, raises temperature, and boosts metabolic speed. Human bodies mirror the surge with quicker heartbeats and a stronger outward drive. Births during this window tend to lock in high solar tone: ease with visibility, courage to start, appetite for direct action. Autumn folds the light back. Leaves drop, air cools, and nature shifts toward conservation. Newborns arrive in an atmosphere of sorting and refining. They often grow into profiles that value evaluation, pruning, and the wisdom of choosing what stays and what goes. Winter deepens darkness and slows surface growth. The silent landscape turns perception inward. Infants who land here absorb that quiet current, developing a radar for depth, subtext, and the unseen bonds that hold groups together. Spring lifts temperature and daylight together, pressing buds to burst. Babies born in this charge receive a code of renewal, ease with experimentation, capacity to pivot, hope that reappears after setbacks. These seasonal power zones do not dictate fate, yet they leave a distinct first impression on circadian genes, sensory thresholds, and emotional pacing. Knowing the zone of your own arrival helps decode recurring impulses and recurring resistances. January, the quiet initiator. The first month often hosts new plans, fiscal calendars, public goals. A newborn enters bright afternoons and collective momentum. Traits that surface later include a natural urge to lead projects, fast engagement with purpose, and high stamina for visible responsibility. The core challenge is overload from constant projection into achievement. Relief comes when the January soul learns scheduled rest, trusts delegation, and treats pauses as strategic, not indulgent. The core gift is ignition. Ideas leave the mind and take material form. February, the quick-sensing visionary. Heavy rains or late summer storms dominate many regions in February, cloud cover broken by sudden light. Infants landing here soak in a rhythm of change and intuitive pattern spotting. Adult signatures include rapid creative leaps, emotional sensitivity to undercurrents, and skill in linking distant concepts. The challenge is scattering energy across too many starts, leading to cycles of intense output followed by depletion. Grounding practices, single-task work blocks, movement arts, consistent sleep timing, anchor the flow. The gift remains clear sight beyond surfaces, turning subtle hints into fresh pathways others overlook. March. The calendar tips from bright heat toward cooler evenings, and the air itself feels undecided. Children who arrive now carry that tension inside. They sense endings and beginnings in a single breath. This dual signal teaches them to transmute feeling rather than drown or dismiss it. Later in life they navigate crises by turning raw emotion into fuel for art, diplomacy, or innovation. Their hurdle is instability. Mood can swing with the weather if no anchor exists. Daily body practice, swimming, walking, slow stretching, gives their changeable chemistry a stable frame. The gift is flexibility joined to depth. They adapt without losing the thread of meaning. April. Light has softened, leaves adjust to the gentler sun, and the soil holds winter memory while sending up new shoots. Newborns of April absorb that call to hold and release at once. They grow into steady protectors of what matters. Family lines, cultural memory, shared resources. These people trust tradition yet feel the stir of change before others do. The strain appears when control turns rigid. Learning to let fresh ideas through the gate keeps their strength alive rather than brittle. Their talent lies in maintaining living roots, structures that flex rather than snap when storms arrive. The natural world slows output to store strength for winter. Infants born in this pause meet an atmosphere of patience and durability. They often become masters of craft, willing to spend years perfecting a skill or building a relationship brick by brick. Their challenge is invisibility. Steady hands rarely attract loud praise, which can breed quiet resentment. Giving themselves visible milestones, sharing progress in small circles, balances the need for recognition with their love of solid work. Their gift is reliability that frees others to dream, because someone trusted is holding the frame. June. Shadows lengthen, nights cool, and social activity retreats indoors. Newborns enter a world whispering rather than shouting, and their senses tuned to subtle cues. Adults from this month detect motives by tone, feel weather shifts in bone and skin, and often guard household, team, or community secrets with care. The cost is loneliness. Deep perception can feel isolating when surface talk dominates rooms. Scheduled circles of honest exchange, journaling groups, therapy, close friends who value quiet insight, feed their inner life and prevent withdrawal. Their gift is silent navigation through complexity, guiding projects and people with signals too faint for most to notice. July. Midwinter hush blankets the landscape, pushing activity inward. Infants arriving now breathe an atmosphere that values hidden warmth and quiet repair. Adults who carry this imprint feel the emotions in a room before words happen. They calm distress by presence alone, noticing what hurts beneath the surface story. Heavy empathy can invite overload, setting clear daily limits. Short walk alone, music with no lyrics, breath work, keeps their healing field clear. Their strength is gentle constancy. They stitch small tears in the social fabric long before they widen. August. Cold still rules, yet the first hint of returning light appears. Children born at this edge taste hardship early, illness in the family, sudden moves, or heavy expectations. From these tests they forge a core of silent courage. In adulthood they step forward when a group falters, often without fanfare. The temptation is harsh self-reliance that refuses help. Shared leadership and periodic rest prevent burnout. Their gift is example. They prove that endurance and vision can live in one body, guiding others through tunnels they have already crossed. September. Spring reaches the threshold and balance returns in daylight and night length. Newborns here absorb a code of symmetry. As adults they spot imbalance fast, unfair rules, clashing colors, tense dialogue, and move to restore order. Self-critique can run high. The drive for harmony turns inward and nitpicks every flaw. Regular creative mess, improv cooking, rough sketching, spontaneous travel, loosens the grip of perfection. Their gift is fine-tuned justice coupled with aesthetics. They redesign systems so everyone and everything fits without force. October. Flowers open wide, fragrances rise, and social life blooms. Infants take in a field of deep connection. Grown, they seek relationships that mirror soul to soul. They are charismatic, reading nuance in voice and gesture, yet they risk losing center in the dance of bonding. Anchoring personal rituals, solo walks at dawn, weekly digital Sabbath, keeps their own signal clear. Their power is transforming through love. Partnerships, teams, and even brief encounters gain depth in their presence, revealing hidden layers that strengthen the bond. November. Spring heat gathers force, storms cleanse the air, blossoms show full color then release scent to the wind. Birth under this sky stamps a hunger for depth. Adults born in November refuse surface answers. They probe motives, study cycles of loss and renewal, and rarely fear endings. The same intensity brings friction. Control can tighten when uncertainty rises. Relief appears once they trust shared process. Therapy, creative collaboration, or structured retreat, where they witness change without gripping it. Their strength is regeneration. They step into broken systems and catalyze rebuilding from the root. December. Sunlight stretches, cicadas test their first songs, and streets fill with both closure and celebration. Those who arrive now sense possibility even while wrapping the year's lessons. Later they carry a wide view, placing events on a long timeline. Optimism runs high, yet scattered focus can trail behind. Centering practices, clear weekly priorities, physical maps of goals, turn vision into steady progress. Their gift is hope that infects others. They open windows in conversations, reminding groups of the larger field beyond immediate worry. Start with 3 brief reflections. First, recall moments when you felt most alive this year. Note which seasonal qualities, heat, quiet, bloom, harvest, surrounded you. Second, list a repeating struggle that drains your energy. Check whether it mirrors the shadow trait linked to your month. Third, record one action that restores balance. Keep it simple and sensory. A cold swim for fiery months, a sunrise walk for winter souls, a pattern of weekly sharing for those prone to isolation. Anchor the insight through small environmental cues. Match workspace colors to the supportive aspect of your season. Earthy tones for grounding months, bright accents for visionary ones. Align diet with natural produce of your birth period for 1 week and observe mood shifts. Choose music that carries the tempo of your month, steady drums for builders, spacious strings for dreamers, and play it during tasks that need flow. Close the day by writing a single line that honors the core word of your month. Ignite, refine, heal, renew, then note one decision made in that spirit. Over time, these short practices weave awareness into daily rhythm, allowing the original seasonal imprint to work as an ally rather than a silent driver.